I believe that each life is valuable and that ideas can be very dangerous if they are taken to the extreme. And I believe that's what happened with the death of Charlie Kirk. I don't follow usually these types of news, but I've heard of it on the internet, and it struck me because I've read in the comments that some people said that he deserved what happened to him, and I find it appalling because no matter who you are, unless you have committed some heinous crimes against humanity, you shouldn't die shot in front of your children. And I understand that he might have had his flaws, although some people say that he was a warrior for truth. I don't know. I haven't followed him. And I watched some things recently. They seemed pretty reasonable. He might have had his downside, of course, but nobody's perfect. However, it's disgusting, to think that he deserved his fate, because he didn't, and it's kind of impossible to have this conversation about free speech and all of that when you can be murdered just because you have a different opinion. And I believe that we have to be very aware of our thoughts in these cases and not let us be influenced by the crowd, because we all have this sort of instinct, and when we are influenced by a majority, we kind of become dull and numb, because this is our herd instinct and it works for survival, but it's not about scaring away the crocodiles and the snakes that might kill your offspring. Surviving is more subtle now, and I believe it's important to be conscious about our impulses, which can be aroused by propaganda, and not to be aggressive, because I believe that everybody should have the right for their opinion, as long as they do not push it too far and they don't attack in a violent way. And that's what happened now. And I believe that we are kind of living in the in a sort of dystopia, so to speak. And it's not only about America or this or that part of the globe. It's about all Earth. But I believe that in ancient times, when somebody began to discover the importance of compassion and the ability to put yourself in someone else's place and show sympathy, they have stumbled perhaps upon the most fundamental and important truth about humanity, and I believe it stands out until today, after all these cold masters have walked the earth. And I think it's very frightening and alarming if we think about the times in which we are living. But on the other hand, we are always moving from one opposite to another, so it only seems different and catastrophic, but it's just a reflection of our mind. Anyway, I just want to end it on a positive note and tell you that no, everybody deserves to live, unless they are someone such as Hitler. And even in such cases, it's actually questionable if we as a human being have the right to kill someone. It is a very profound question, especially if you are a believer. I'm not, but I still ponder about it, because if someone or something or just some random chain of events gave us the ability to live, doesn't matter if we call it God or a universe, or if you are just a product of intentionality or just randomness which has coagulated into something meaningful. It's still a very tricky question, and I don't have an answer to it. But as a rule, I believe we should be more chill and not follow the movement of the crowd, and preserve our individuality, especially in this day and age when it's so easy to be manipulated and get fooled, meanwhile thinking that you are just gathering information. Sometimes I wonder if it's not better just to be a fool in some way and to not pay attention to all this stuff. So, because it's a wonder that this thing came under my radar because I don't follow the news. I prefer to live in my world because there is too much negativity out there, and that influences you in a negative way, in a bad way. Anyway, I don't feel very well today, but I just wanted to get this out of my chest. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.